Hey, Andy here from builderhottub.com. In this video, I'm going to talk about in-ground hot tub designs. So let's go ahead and take a look. Okay, so if you're looking to build your own DIY hot tub, then you might be looking to put it in ground. And I always think that they look better if they actually are in ground. So in this video, I'm going to look at some of the key features, the design considerations, and the materials that you're going to need for building a DIY in-ground hot tub. Now, before we get going, always a great opportunity to say, please do subscribe to the channel, hit that notification icon to be notified when my videos go live. I do 2 long-form videos like this every single week, a whole bunch of shorts in between. So there's loads of content on my channel around DIY hot tubs and plunge pools. Okay, so firstly, for your DIY in-ground hot tub, you need to consider the space you've got available, the space not just for the hot tub itself, but also for the control room. So make sure that you don't maximize your space out, if you like, with the hot tub portion and not leave enough space for the control room. I go on and on this channel about the control room and the importance of it, so you must get it right. If you get that wrong, then the hot tub just isn't going to work as well as it actually should. Give you a rough idea of size. So for your hot tub, if you are running on an electrical setup, you're going to need about a metre cubed, which is roughly around 3'6" cubed of space for your control room. Now that is a bit of an overkill. But I always say it's better to leave more space for that control room than not enough. Personally, I left not enough. Trying to ram all those components in there just doesn't work. It's an absolute disaster. So make sure you allow enough space for the control room for your DIY in-ground hot tub. Construction methods, what are you going to use? Well, you can either use a poured concrete form, excavate the area and then you can build up a wooden form, fill it full of concrete. You can use ICF blocks. They work really well in ground as well as above ground. Of course, regular CMU hollow blocks, the concrete blocks that you can then add rebar to and then fill full of cement, gives you a really strong structure for your in-ground hot tub. These are all options that you need to consider. Which is the best one? Well, it really comes down to your own skill set and your own preference. Personally, if I built mine again, I'd probably use ICF blocks because it's got that insulation in already. You don't need to worry about that, but also they're really easy to put together and actually have my own range. If you would like to check those out, I'll put a link underneath this video and you can check out the tub blocks. So a question that I always get asked about DIY in-ground hot tubs is the plumbing side of things and what do you do with the pipe work? Well, you've really got 2 options. You can either concrete the whole lot in, or you can leave space so that you can access it should you need to service it or should you spring a leak in the future, anything like that. What you don't want to do is some kind of a hybrid between the 2. Now, by hybrid between the 2, I mean have it part in concrete and part out. Again, I made that mistake myself, and I always say I made every mistake possible, so I'm more than qualified to help others avoid those mistakes that I made. So by having my plumbing half in concrete and half out, it just made it an absolute nightmare. When it did come to service those pipes, I just couldn't get access to them and I had to chop them all out the concrete. It was a disaster. So either completely sink them into the concrete or leave space, fill the void with something like a gravel that can be easily removed, and then you've got access to those pipes in the future. Top tip, when you're building a DIY in-ground hot tub, think about the actual level of the hot tub. So I mean the top in relation to either your deck or your patio. You don't want it totally flush, and the reason that you don't want it totally flush is because you don't want surface water runoff coming into your tub. So that dirty water that will either come from rainfall or from just surface water on the actual deck itself, you don't want that running into your tub. So my top tip is always leave at least an inch, 2-3 centimeters to stop dirty water ingress coming into your hot tub. You won't lose anything in terms of the aesthetic, and it will still look absolutely fantastic, but will keep that dirty water out of the tub. Size and shape for your DIY in-ground hot tubs. Well, obviously they're up to you. My top tip on this one is don't go too big. The reason I say don't go too big, the bigger the body of water, the more energy it is going to require to heat up. So it's going to cost you more in the running costs. So just be mindful that, kind of once you go over about 10 to 12 feet by 10 to 12 feet, you're really getting onto a small swimming pool size of hot tub. So be mindful of the size, don't go too big. That way you can ensure that the running costs aren't going to spiral out of control. Heating methods. I talk a lot on this channel about the different heating methods, and I'm not going to do a huge deep dive on this video. I'll just kind of scoot around them very quickly. Before you build your DIY hot tub that's going to be in ground, you've got to decide what heating method you want to use. Is it going to be electric? Not super popular at the moment given the prices of electric. Is it going to be air source? Air source really popular over in Europe, not so in the US. Gas, propane, super quick to heat up. They work in all kind of conditions, really popular over in the States. So which of these options is going to be for your DIY in-ground hot tub? So just think carefully about the method you're going to use to heat up your tub. And finally, don't forget the cover. The cover is a really important part of your DIY in-ground hot tub because most of that heat is going to escape vertically. So a really good cover is a good investment. It will help with the heating up of your hot tub, but it will also keep the running costs down. Can I help you with your DIY in-ground hot tub? I've got a whole bunch of plans on my website. I'll put a link to that underneath this video. Materials, I can help you with the supply materials, and of course I'm on hand if you have any questions at all. As always, I appreciate the watch. Thanks for the view. I hope you found this short video useful, and I will see you on the next video. If you've liked this video, please do like, share and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you on the next video.